Jason Paulatier, who serves as the Senior Vice President and Group Head of Community Business Lending at Fifth Third Bank. To put it bluntly or shortly, he leads a team that works to provide banking services and financial solutions to emerging small businesses and nonprofits that provide community support services for low to middle income families. A native of the 313, also known as the D.
Big D.
Let's pause for a minute. Second. A graduate of Cass Tech High School, also known as the Pickle Factory.
CT fired up.
Jason received both his bachelor's degree and MBA from the Grand Valley State University.
Laker for life.
It is there that he met his beloved, his wife, Capri, and they are parents to 10 children. Jason has been in the banking industry for over 28 years. And he's been lauded for his work in the industry and in community by organizations such as Crane's Detroit Business and the Community Economic Development Association of Michigan. Jason has lived nobly as all real men do, and has given back tenfold in his service to community, including a stint on the Bloomfield Hill School Board, as well as organizations like Samaritas, Wedgwood, Gleaners, Home Repair Services, and his current home church. He serves as trustee at New Life Community Church. Jason's a proud life member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and came to be an Omega man right here in the 616 as part of the Iota Pi chapter in 1994. If ever there was a man who has immersed himself in the true Omega spirit and has diligently upheld and walked out the principles of manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift, and who epitomizes friendship and brotherhood, is Jason Paulatier, my brothers and sisters. And so please, join me and show your love for Jason Paulatier. Wow. I don't know whose bio that was.
The 10 kids say it's you.
Thank you, Brother Jones. Thank you, Grandfather Brain. Our kids affectionately call Dr. Brain Grandfather. Let me just pause for a brief second to just say, the devil is a lie. It seems like he has tried to throw every roadblock possible in my way to bring out his message tonight. I don't know what's in here that somebody needs to hear, but it must be something in here that somebody needs to hear. It started with me losing my AirPods earlier today. And if you own a pair of AirPods, you know how important those things are. I'm walking around this hotel and all those things, brother. All of a sudden my AirPods came up missing. I'm like lost. And then, just a few minutes ago, he tried to take my wife out with a razor. The devil is a lie. But I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, brothers of the Iota Pi chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Inc., friends and family, I am honored to stand before you this evening on this special occasion, the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Achievement Week Purple Carpet Scholarship Ball. Can y'all put some more names on this thing? Purple Carpet Scholarship Ball. As we gather to celebrate and reflect upon our commitment to one another and our commitment to our communities. Today, I want to delve into this year's national theme. Omega Men promoting a harmonious future through friendship and service, and to explore its significance, implications, and how it resonates with the core values of our beloved fraternity. As we embark on this journey through our theme, let us first take a moment to understand its essence.
friendship, and service. Two pillars that have stood tall throughout the history of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated hold the key to a brighter tomorrow. The bond of brotherhood that unites us is the bedrock upon which we build bridges towards a harmonious future. Our motto is, friendship is essential to the soul. Friendship, as defined by the Oxford Dictionary, is a state of mutual trust and support between friends. When we think of friendship in the context of, you all right, brother? All right. When we think of friendship in the context of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, it goes beyond just camaraderie among ourselves. It extends to the communities we serve in the world at large. Our fraternity's commitment to fostering friendship transcends boundaries, and it is through these relationships that we promote unity, understanding, and peace. We know that in order to have a friend, we have to be a friend, and we have to make ourselves friendly. A friend is a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual or family relations. And nowadays, a friend is someone who you click on the button on Facebook and you add. That's a new definition of friend, I guess. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about true, authentic friendship. Proverbs 17:17 say, a friend loves at all times. Help me out, clergy. And a brother is born for adversity. And we know about love, right? I think it's 1 Corinthians, somewhere around there. 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. On that note, I'm reminded of a little story. The story of friendship and the value of a road trip. Never underestimate the value of a good road trip. I've had the privilege of representing this chapter on a number of occasions at our district and national conventions. On one such occasion, I took a road trip with someone who has come to be a good friend of mine. We drove from Grand Rapids to Minneapolis, Minnesota. And he knows what I'm talking about. It was on that trip that I met a man that I knew was to be my good friend for the rest of my days. We shared stories. I learned just how interesting of a person he was. Before we went on this trip, we did not know each other. We had seen each other in passing, we had met, but we did not know each other. But we were now connected in brotherhood through a man. I'm sure I shared some stories as well, but that 18 hours in the car, 18 hours in the car representing our chapter will go down as probably one of my most cherished memories and one of the most cherished trips of my life. The brother I was with on that journey was none other than Keanu Brown. Now let's talk about service. Service, on the other hand, is the embodiment of our fraternity's motto. Friendship is indeed essential to the soul. Service is not a mere obligation, it is a calling. A duty to uplift, empower, and support those in need. It is through service that we extend our hands to help and our hearts to care. Our commitment to service, is that my time? I'm looking for the Sandman. Service is not a mere obligation, it is a calling, a duty to uplift, empower, and support those in need. It is through service that we extend our hand to help and our hearts to care. Our commitment to service is a testament to our dedication to making a positive impact in our communities and beyond. The late great Congresswoman in our soror, Shirley Chisholm, once said, "Service is the rent that we pay for the privilege of living on this earth." And as Omega Men, you've seen on these slides, we live this out every day. Now let's delve into some key insights and statistics that underscore the importance of our theme, community impact. According to a study by the Corporation for National and Community Service, volunteers who engage in community service report higher levels of life satisfaction and well-being. This shows that our dedication to service not only benefits others, but also enriches our own lives. Youth empowerment. You heard our bosses talk about our nationally mandated programs, such as Project Manhood and this week, Achievement Week, have positively impacted the lives of countless young men and women, providing them with guidance, mentorship, opportunities, and yes, scholarship money. Global unity. The friendships we cultivate within Omega Psi Phi extend far beyond our local chapters. Our international presence, collaborations with other organizations promote unity and cultural exchange. Legacy of achievement. Through our fraternity's history, Omega Men have achieved greatness in various fields, from civil rights, activism, to sports and entertainment. Our commitment to excellence and service continues to inspire generations for men like Benjamin Hooks, Count Basie, Langston Hughes, Jesse Jackson, Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, Jerry Ball, Earl Graves, Roy Wilkins, Vernon Jordan, Bayard Rustin, and the Honorable James Clyburn, to name a few. Bet y'all ain't know all of them was Qs, did y'all? Yeah. Well, some of y'all better do. In the spirit of our theme, let me share a heartfelt anecdote that exemplifies the power of friendship and service. In 1965, amidst the height of the civil rights movement, several Omega Men, in collaboration with our brother in Greekdom, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., an Alpha Man, walked hand in hand during the historic march from Selma to Montgomery. Their friendship and commitment to a shared vision of justice and equality, changed the course of history, reminding us that united in purpose, we can overcome any obstacle. I'm reminded of the story of David and Jonathan in the Bible. You might remember the story. You know, it was right after David gave Goliath the beat down. Y'all remember that story? Saul brought David into the kingdom, and according to 1 Samuel chapters 18 through 20, First Samuel chapter 18 verse 1, as soon as he had finished speaking to Saul was the king, the soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. And Saul took him that day and would not let him return to his father's house. Then Jonathan made a covenant with David because he loved him as he loved his own soul. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was on him and gave it to David, and his armor, and his sword, and his bow, and his belt. And David went out and was successful whenever Saul sent him, so that Saul set him over the men of war. And this was good in the sight of all the people and in the sight of Saul's servant. But alas, it was not good in the sight of Saul. Saul became a little bit jealous because folks was talking about how many more people David killed than Saul did. So Saul was like, I don't know about this David dude, right? This This is where Jonathan's love for David was truly tested. Not only did he warn David about his father's plans, but he basically helped him escape from his father's death grip. I mean, to side with your brother over your father. If that ain't love, I don't know what is. As we conclude our celebration of Achievement Week this year, let us remember the legacy of those who have come before us. And let us renew our commitment to promoting a harmonious future through friendship and service. Whether it is through mentorship, community outreach, or supporting one another, let us continue to be beacons of hope and agents of change. You know, a little over a year ago, a good friend of mine, a good friend of ours, in fact, my 1994 Sands brother by the name of Ben Durden, passed away. He passed away suddenly and unexpectedly. The day that the funeral came was like nothing I had ever seen before. And I've had the unfortunate privilege of burying more brothers than I care to mention. But the day of the funeral, you would have thought a member of the royal family had passed away. Except those in attendance were the bruhs. Men of Omega. Bruhs came from far and wide. Both undergraduate and graduate, young and old. Young and more experienced. See, I qualify as old now. I'm the old bruhs. Because next year I celebrate 30 years in this thing. And I don't know about you, but that feels old to me to be able to say I served 30 years in anything. But I'm gonna go with more experience. But there was brothers, short and tall, skinny and not so skinny, to lay our dear brother to rest. And as each member got up to speak, they had to limit not only the number of people who were able to speak, but the amount of time that they were able to speak. Otherwise, we'd probably still be there right now. In each of those testimonies, in each of those stories, it was clear that Ben loved the bruhs. And it was also clear that the bruhs loved Ben. Since then, I have shared and heard stories of brothers recognizing their relationship with Ben in each other's story. He was consistent. But as I sat there, still in a little bit of shock, mourning the loss of our dear friend, I could not help but reflect upon what we learned in Psalm 133. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garment. As the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life, forevermore. We were all there on one accord, in sync with one another. And it was beautiful. Kind of like tonight. This is beautiful. Y'all look good. Just in case y'all ain't heard. I have been a part of, have led, and have witnessed us come together like this on many other occasions outside of the burial of one of our fallen brothers. And when we do, bruhs, we can literally move mountains. So in conclusion, the theme, Omega Man promoting harmonious, a harmonious future through friendship and service, is not just a slogan. It's a call to action. It is a reminder of our duty to one another, of our duty to our fraternity, of our duty to our communities, and of our duty to our world. As we move forward, let us embrace the power of friendship, harness the strength of service, and together let us shape a bright future, more harmonious future for all. Thank you, and may our commitment to friendship and service continue to inspire and uplift us as Omega Men and our communities at large. Thank you.